Hello everybody, I am Serta and welcome back to Eden Crafters. We're on Pyraxis, and in the last episode we set up our circuit board and computer facility over on that side and managed to find a whole bunch of stuff on the map. We have osmium ingots being produced and we have everything related to graphene and carbon happening just over the hill. So today what I plan to do is get stuck into some of the osmium stuff. We need a bit of it because we have needs. One of those needs being advanced miners 2. They need composite beams, gear assemblies, osmium drills, and we do need to automate hydraulic pistons, so we're going to have to get to that. In addition to that, we have some major buildings that we need to build. One of them being the Cryostorm tower that needs thermal regulators and insulation layers and sensor arrays. I have a few sensor arrays are pre-made. And then to power that, we're going to need a geothermal plant that needs osmium drills, composite beams, plated connectors and computers, and as you can see we have 99 computers in stock. So that's what we are going to do today. There's a lot to do. Let's get stuck in. In the last episode I identified a couple of spots that we can get osmium and gold together. This is one of them, and we need osmium and gold to make the osmium alloy, which we need a lot of. There's some copper and some sulfur here that I don't think I'm going to use. But very importantly, we need to get ruby and quartz. Now, those are fairly far apart, so those will be long belts. But I think that is about the closest place that I found ruby and quartz together, and that's for the thermal regulators. So that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start in this area. We're going to get some osmium alloy done, and we're going to get those thermal regulators done. So let's mark this location, and we'll see how good it is when we get there. All right, so into the spaceship, and off we go. Oh, I've just noticed this little valley here might not be a bad place to build something. It looks pretty good down here. Very, very clean. Okay, but now the location that we're looking for is around here. And I suppose we can bring stuff up the hill. So there is the quartz. They're the 2 quartz nodes. And if I just sit down over here for a moment, the heat doesn't bother me anymore because I've got cooling modules. And if we have a look at the map, I am looking down the hill this way. And I'm seeing a node that might be copper, or maybe that's the sulfur node. There is the gold, there's the osmium. Okay, got it. Yeah, I think I should bring that up, and we'll level an area up here. And then over on this side, somewhere over here, we look at the map. Oh no, wait, it's this way. Somewhere over this way is ruby, and it is maybe somewhere down there. Yeah, let's just go down and have a look. It's very useful having the jetpack. Okay, I don't see anything yet. Nope, I'm not quite there. It's over the ridge. Somewhere down here. Or, my word, is it in a cave? It might just be in a cave. Yeah, and it looks like maybe there's a cave entrance. Ah, is that a cave entrance? It is. It is indeed. Okay, so what do we got in here? Ah, we got amethyst. That's handy. Okay, I'm going to have to build myself a little living compartment out here just for a moment. Oh, I can't build it. Do I have the stuff for the other one? Yes, I do. Okay, that's not a problem then. So let's head into this cave with the torch on so we can see better. I'm going to pick up amethyst. I think I needed like 25 or 30. 25, yeah. Okay, so we'll see how many we can get. But that means the ruby node is in here as well somewhere. Ah, I think I found the ruby node. There you go. That's pretty straightforward. I won't be able to do this yet. I just realized, because I think the T2 miner is required to mine ruby. So let's see if we can put this down. No, it won't let us even put it down. Yep, hang on, right over there. Need a more powerful tool, yes. Okay, well, that's one of those things. I'm still going to collect the amethyst though. Right, I've managed to pick up 40 amethyst ore. That's brilliant. So I'm just going to make one more run through here. I don't think we need anything else out of here at the moment. At least we found some ruby. I suppose I could collect... Oh, there's some more amethyst. I could collect ruby as well. Then we can just make some of those thermal regulators. Might be able to get some work done. Alright, this place is cleared out. Now, I've got a living compartment out here, so this spot is marked. But we will plan for this. So, let's head back to our spaceship. Alright, we are back here. So I'm thinking, yeah, why not? Let's have a facility over there. It is quite a long way to bring that ruby ore through, but it's fine. It's a long way to bring the quartz through as well. All right, I'm going to fly down there and we'll make the facility down there. Right, here we are. And we're going to make a nice flat platform right on this level. So we'll get our steamroller out and go back to the shaky ship, grab a battery or two, and we are ready to go. Alright, so this is the copper node. There's the osmium, and that's come up, and there is the gold. So I'm going to do the building over on this side, and we have a nice big flat area. Now I assume this place is going to be too hot for a normal living compartment. Yep, it is. So we'll put a reinforced one down just over there. And now we can start the building process. So first thing we do is we mine. Now this is not a very complicated build. We need osmium ingots, we need gold ingots, and they need to go into an alloy forge. But we will need some power, so I'm going to put a few of these down just for max power. And then also for cooling power, we'll spam a bunch of these down, sort of out of the way. That should be enough. So, another forge. And I'm going to put this forge right over here. I'm going to take this forge and I'm going to line it up with this one. Put it in right over there. And then bolt this into there. This one into here. And somewhere in between them, we are going to put the alloy forge. And I think I'll put the warehouse over on this side. So, what am I missing? Plated connectors. Alright, well, let's go and make some plated connectors. Assembly bench in. Oh, wait, is this the one that needs the rubber? Nope, that one's easy. So let me get a few of them queued up. Right, and we are sorted with those. So I will bring... Did I get this lined up incorrectly? Yeah, I might have. Alright, that's going to go over there. Belt that in. Belt that in. Set this recipe to osmium alloy. And then I need the water. So hub in, water extractor, and then the other side. Oh wait, I think I need more than this, because this uses 600 water. Sorry, 300 water. But those are all in, and now we can just pipe it all in, and it should start working. And that is it. Get a nice T2 warehouse in here, just over there, and conveyor belt from there straight into there. And there is our osmium alloy. Alright, we are pretty much done here for now. We'll have to come back for the thermal regulators. Although, I don't know if we need that many. Hold on, let's see how many we need. So the Cryostorm tower, we need 50 for each of them. And how many did we need? 3. So we need 150. Going to be a pain in the butt to handcraft those. But I don't think I've got enough ruby anyway. Yeah, I need 300 ruby. That has to be automated. So let's work on everything that's going to give us the tier 2 drill. And that means we need osmium drills, hydraulic pistons. Let's start with the osmium drills. That's pretty easy. If we have a look at the map, we need to find an osmium sitting on its own. There's one. What is that? There's a gold deposit up there. I think maybe I should change the location of my gold, but not before getting a little bit of oxygen. Yeah, I'm doing a bit of gold over here. I can connect it up with that large osmium, and there's an iron there. Osmium, gold, and iron. Well, we could make the composite beams over there. See, that's the only other thing that needs osmium alloy. These other two just need osmium and iron. Well, that one, yeah, they both need osmium and iron. Okay, time for some serious thought. And I'll take down my steamroller so that can come with me. So let's narrow this all down. We need places with just gold, osmium, and iron. Right. Large iron deposit, osmium, gold. That is, that's the radiation area. There's gold, 2 iron, osmium. So this would be the spot where we could do those composite beams. All right, we'll bear that in mind. There's osmium and gold together again. There's an iron deposit over that way, but it's quite far out. I mean, I could belt it through the mountain, but let's keep looking. There might be a better place. Well, there's osmium and iron. Relatively close together. Oh, yes. Well, maybe I can just leave my old gold facility where it was. Flatten the top of the mountain where this iron is. And then I can do the thermal plating stuff as well. What is it called? Oh, it's not made in here. It's this stuff. Insulation layer. And here's osmium and iron. It's gold up the mountain. That's quite far away, but I could do like the gear assemblies over here. Okay, I've got an idea. So let's put our batteries back in the ship, head back to base, let them recharge a bit, and while we're here we'll do the analysis of the amethyst. Now there's only one left, and I assume that's going to be uranium. but I haven't found enough that I could do that research. So radiation shield, radiation isolate, warehouse tier 3, and that's it. Yep, uranium, and I need 30. I do not have 30. I've got 17. I have been thinking we don't need a huge amount of osmium drills. So I'm going to head over to this little facility over here because we have osmium and we can tee off this ingot line. I think this might actually work. So I could just remove one of the belts over here. And let's delete that. And we can bring this one out. Wait a minute. Was there iron? Oh yes, there was, but it's quite far away. Up there. All right, well, let's go and get it. Okay, it was literally over the hill. There's a nice little valley here as well. So I better get something to eat. Yeah, and I'll put a miner down on this. And we're gonna have to give this spot some power as well. Oh no, we don't. No, the power reaches from the other side. Perfect. And now we can drag this belt back over the mountain. And if I bring it through like that and I just alt to straighten it, well, it comes out in a pretty good spot. Super. All right, let's see where we're going to do this. So it needs to go into a manufacturer, but it needs to be iron plates. So if I bring this belt around from here, well, actually, let me hold off on that. I'm going to try and work from inside the container. Let me bring that iron belt a little closer. I'll bring it around to there. Let's see if I can reach everything from here. So I've already got the osmium ingots. I need the iron plates. That means putting in a forge right in there and connecting that belt into the forge. So when the iron eventually does arrive, which I hope it will, that can get melted into ingots, and then we need a parts producer that can come through over there, get that bent in and to there, and then a manufacturer. I suppose I could line it up with that port like that. Set this recipe to iron plate. Set the manufacturer's recipe to osmium drill. Connect the osmium ingots in like that. And the iron plates in. And I still don't see the iron ore coming through. It's a bit of a concern. Let's go and see what happened. Oh no, here it comes. It's slow. Maybe I should just upgrade this belt. I mean, I have plenty of carbon fiber. I also have plenty of osmium alloy now, but no, we don't need that. Let's get this moving. All right, and it did the whole belt. And then I'm going to need somewhere to put this, so a warehouse. And because I'm trying to max things out, we'll get a T2 warehouse in. And yeah, we'll just put it over here and drag that belt to there. Done. Okay, ingots are working. Ingots are coming out. Those are going in. They're making the iron plates. All right, there we go. And the first osmium drill is being produced. Lovely. Let's go and see if we can get the gear assembly sorted out. So back to the map, we just need osmium and iron together. So let's remove the gold for a sec. And I had the copper selected. Right, osmium and iron. That's the spot. And we have power there for some reason. Cool, let's go there. Oh, okay, so this is where we made the hole. Yeah, we made the hole for the water over here. Look at that. We got water. Don't need it, but we have it. Alright, so for this one we need gears. And I think I need to make this one a little more efficient. So let me see, where's the... Yeah, this is about central. Let's get rid of this rock deposit. And a couple more. Okay, those are gone. Place is a bit cleaner. Maybe get rid of a couple of these smaller ones as well. Alright, we are fairly central over here. I will just step back a little and put up a living compartment right over here. Cool. So let's get this set up. First step, miner. Oh man, my container's just out of range. Okay, let's try again. Oh my goodness, for some reason that iron is not an iron. Well, something weird is going on because I can't use that iron node. Try this one. I can use this. Okay, so we'll bring it back this way. Got a bit of space to do stuff over here. Probably need to do a bit of leveling. And I was looking in completely the wrong direction for the osmium. Oh, there's a cave over there. Oh, the osmium is up by the cave. What do we have in the cave? Okay, we've got diamond, ruby, and amethyst again. So what do we have in here? Other than that, very deep cave. Oh, another ruby deposit. Ooh, amethyst deposit. Nice. That's great. All right, well, that's a good location. but that's not why we're here exactly. I need to bring the osmium down to get sorted out. So I'll get my steamroller down, and I think this level should work. I just need to grab a couple of batteries. Maybe I must move my ship as well. Just get this slightly out of the way and just pop it down behind the container. So grab a couple of batteries, and then I'm going to level this area. So it's not a crazy amount of leveling that I need to do, and we are level except for one thing. I need to break that miner down and rebuild it. It was pointing in the wrong direction anyway, so no worries. Then we can level this spot as well. Now, I just realized that there's actually a quartz node here, and there's a ruby deposit in there, which is really close. So, this is going to be a little bit of a bigger facility than I first thought. When I get the osmium down, we'll do the iron part over here. But first I need a bit of oxygen and some food. So, miner, that's going to produce at 120 per minute. And then the forges, if I'm going to do more than one, I'll need to split. So we're going to use this one because we'll split it in 2 directions. Pop that in there. And then 2 parts producers. Just like that. Belt those into there. And set those recipes to be iron rods. And then we're going to merge those. So we'll grab the merger. Put that in over there. Belt those in. And then 1 more parts producer over here. And set that to make the gears. And I forgot the forges. Of course I forgot the forges. Right, so now those will start making the ingots. Then I have to get rid of this. And then we can put that merger back in. And we'll center that up nicely. Belt. Hang on. No, wrong again. These will go straight into the 2 parts producers, which will be set to make the rods. Merge those back together. And then put that into another parts producer. And make that recipe gears. Okay, that was much more painful than it needed to be. So I need to upgrade this belt over here, because this is producing 120 per minute, or it's supposed to be, and I'm out of oxygen. So let's fly over and get that sorted out. Oh, good. Now we just need to get the osmium down here. So I'm going to run a belt, and we're going to have to sort out power in this area as well, because we're off the grid. So we'll bring the belt to there, and then bring it down to about there. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. No, it looks all right. I'm going to turn that 90 degrees, and it's about there. And then we're going to put a forge in. Just line that up a bit and belt that in. So there's the 2 components we need. Now I need to decide where I'm going to put the warehouse. Yeah, maybe I'll just shove it over on this side somewhere. See if it'll let me. Yeah, that should be good. So I need a manufacturer. And that we can put in right over here and belt that in and that in. Eventually the osmium will arrive. It's slow, but that's fine. And then we can bring this down, and night has fallen. And let's put that... Yeah, I'm going to probably want to bring... I'll put it somewhere in the middle. Obviously it won't let me, I'm too far away. So we can do this. We'll just put it over there. Then it gives me the option to decide what I want to do with the ruby. Let's go and see what we need to make one of those tier 2 miners. Yeah, we're not doing so well. We'll pin that recipe. Get myself an assembly bench in here. Okay, the osmium drills are no problem. The gear assemblies will be fine now as well. Composite beams, they're a problem, but not really. We only need 6 of them. Ooh, I'll do a little bit more than 6. Then we need hydraulic pistons, so I'll do a few of those. And it looks like the gear assemblies are a little slow, so I'll do a few. Right, that is sorted. Let's go and do a couple of mines inside that cave, because I want to bring the amethyst out as well. And it's pretty far down. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so advanced miner 2. I could put that over here like that. Okay, so that's in. Now it gives the illusion that it has power, but it doesn't really. Let's turn this one, get myself out of the way a little. That can go in, and then I'm going to bring the ruby out, and we'll see where we land up with it. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'll bring it out onto the level and place it right there. Good. And I'm going to bring the amethyst out next to it. So that's the amethyst line. I'll just drag that out, and that is going to come out right over here. Perfect. Look at that. Got a tunnel all the way to those miners. Now I think what I may do is bring that quartz around this side so I can do the operations over here. This is a nice big area. But first I need power, so I'm going to whack a bit of power down over here. And I lost count, but yep, there's a few. As long as we're getting 100%, which we are. Oh, and this needs a recipe. That's why they weren't coming through. So that's gear assemblies. Now let's shoot over to the quartz. We're going to put this one facing that way. So we'll bring that all the way through to here. Straighten it up. We're going to have to get rid of a phosphate rock. That's pretty sad. But oxygen first. And while I'm getting oxygen, let's see if we can do those fast rotors. So we need gear assemblies, which we're doing. Gold wiring, which we can make. And I only need 2 fast rotors. So I can start doing some gem cutting. But I don't think it's going to be of any use right now. And I can't remember if we need raw ruby for anything. Well, if we do, we'll sort it out then. So gold wiring, I'll get a few of them queued up. Just want to see what gem cutting we have available. Okay, so we do need amethyst alloy. And that needs amethyst and copper. Oh my word, we can do that. We can do that right here. Okay. Right now, thermal regulators. And we do need the ceramic components, which are made in a refinery. Yeah, that's where I needed the water. So let's continue this belt around. We can bring it underneath these into this area. Yeah, we should be fine cutting it through there. And we'll put it right there. Okay, so the quartz is there. All right, so we have the quartz. And I'm going to turn that into ceramic components after I put it through a forge, because we need the silica. So let's pop that in. So that will make silica when it arrives. Then we have the raw ruby, and those two together go into a manufacturer that I am now changing my mind about where it's going. I'll wrap this around. That's fine. Manufacturer, my bad, assembler. That's this. Can be placed over here. No, it can't. Hold on a second. I'm busy messing around, losing my train of thought. This needs to go around the corner, which is right, but it needs to go into a refiner. So I can put the refiner over there and bolt that in and set that recipe to ceramic component. And then just to space this out a little bit, I am going to bring the amethyst. Ah, yes. I made a little bit of a stuff up here. That's okay. The amethyst is this line over here. It's going to have to cross the ruby line. All right. That's fine. Into an assembler. That goes in there. That goes in there. And now we need water. It's only 100. So I'll put a hub over here and get a couple of the small water extractors in. And I need to top up my oxygen quite quickly. That can go over that line. Let's go and get the oxygen topped up. And I'll eat. Good. So, back out here. This is basically happening already. So I'll get a little bit closer to this area so I can reach the warehouse. And I'm going to bring the belts through next to this manufacturer. So through like that. Bring it right up close. And then around the corner and just follow that line. And then we'll take it straight into... Come on, give me the port there. Good. Great. Now I just need to set this recipe to be thermal regulators. And the first ones are going to start coming through. Now, I have this copper node over here, and I have the amethyst line right there. So what I'm going to do, build a little bridge over. So I don't need to raise it too high. Yeah, I'll raise it to there, 3 blocks. And then connect that into this, and then bring it down to ground. Yep, doesn't look too bad. And amethyst alloy just needs plain amethyst and copper ingots. Copper ingots are a breeze. So let's go and get the miner on that. It's weird. Don't know why it looks like it's underground. I'm not fond of that. There it's right, but there it sort of sinks. Okay. Damn. That means I'm going to have to dig out. Huh. It's the unbreakable ground. Oh, bugger. I think these nodes over here might be glitched. Let's see what happens if I bring this out. Oh, wow. I don't think I connected to it at all. Yeah, there's a problem there. I'll work from inside the container again. Maybe it was a reach thing? Yeah, it was. And now it will not go on this node. Oh, come on. This was perfect. And that's not a reach thing anymore. This node is bugged. Alright, I'll come and stand right next to it. Nope. Oh, wait. I think I got it. I think it is there. Maybe it was a reach thing. So all I really need to do here is a forge. That's 90 per minute, 2 forges. So split it, just like that. Bring in a belt, pop it in, forge. I need to go, for this to work, I need to go 1 off the center line. Oh, let's try. I don't think we can line them up. I need to go, oh man, over there and then there. Yeah, not quite aligned, but it does the job. Then we need to merge those, and I'm going to align it like this for no specific reason and plug that in. So there we have the copper ingots. And then I'm going to need water, a lot of water, because we're going to do an alloy forge which needs 300. So if I position this, yeah, let's give it a bit of space. I'll put it over here somewhere. Then I can bring that line in this line in this side, and the water line from here, because I need to build a water pump. Oh yes, the fast rotors. And I need 4 of them, so I need more gold wiring. Yeah, that's going to be the next thing on the list, or soon. Right, gold wiring is done, 4 fast rotors on their way. Awesome, those are done. So pull the drone out. Let's go and see if we can put one down over here somewhere. It is pretty big. Oh, there we go. Has to be closer to the water. No problem. And we can bring that through, and then I can do it like this. Just straight in. Yeah, not bad. Okay, Amethyst line. We'll bring that to next to the thermal regulators and line it up a bit. Actually, that port doesn't line up, but I didn't make a mess on the other side. That port is offline. So we'll go there and pop that in. Then we can bring this, do a quick 90 there, bring that around. This side's okay. Oh, maybe it's just my eyes. Shove that in and set this recipe to be amethyst alloy and throw this one in over there. Fabulous. Now, how are we doing on power for everything? We don't have enough. So more of these then. And now we have more than enough. We have our first amethyst coming in, and there you go. We have amethyst alloy. Awesome stuff. Well, I did a lot more in this area than I expected to do, but I do need to just check in here if we've got an excess. We do. I'm going to grab some of those rubies. I think we might have needed them for something. The only thing that we haven't automated yet, well, mind you, the sensor arrays we can sort out. The Cryostorm towers only use 2 sensor arrays. Not even sure if it's worth automating them, but we need insulation layers. Now, insulation layers I could handcraft, but not 300. That would be a bit of a pain. But again, I don't know if we actually use them after we put these in. But it's not going to matter if we can't provide them power, and for that we need the composite beams and the plated connectors. Not too many, you know. Gonna make some. I got a little impatient. Let's take this apart because we're probably going to need it. Break it down, and we're going to take a bit of a trip because, as you can see, I have enough to build a Cryostorm tower, but more importantly, I have enough to build 3 geothermal plants. So let's put what's left of these batteries back in here and head back home. This is all running. Everything's coming out. It's not fast, but it's working. So we'll take a flight home, and we're back. And now I will, well, let's figure out the location. First of all, how big is this cryo tower? Oh wait, I should eat. So the Cryostorm tower, I assume it's going to be very big. So maybe over on this side. Yeah, let's put it up over here. So drone out, and where is it? There it is. Cryostorm tower. Yep, it's pretty large. So let's shove it down over there. Didn't destroy any nodes, and that's going to need power. So I think maybe over on this side, I need to just fly over there. Yeah, just over here. We'll need the geothermal plant. It's big, but yeah, nothing compared to what we've just built. So that can go in. It looks like we were actually short of power in this area, but once this is built, that will not be a problem. And there you go. It's working. No more problems. And this is producing 1600 megawatts. Excellent. This is still busy building. Damn, this is big. Okay, so that will be one of them. I need 2 more setups. Let's see if that Cryostorm tower... Oh, it looks like it's almost done. And there it is. It is done. Now I want to check and see if this is going to cool down the ground enough in this area. No, not yet. Or maybe I need to give it time. Well, I have enough for another setup like that, so let's hop in the ship. Battery should be charged. Yep. And before I leave, let's decide where we're going to put these, because I suppose they should be spread out a little. So maybe I'll put one over there. I want to come and work in this area anyway, so it wouldn't be bad to have a bit of power up here. Or is it up there? Yeah, I think it is. We've got osmium, iron. Yep, that's the spot. So off we go. Okay, so it looks like it's in this elevated area. Oh, it's that's not a good spot for it. And now that we get closer, it's, yeah, definitely not a good spot for it. So let's go up onto this little plateau. Yeah, we'll go up here and do it. Okay. Cryo tower over on this side. Let's just check the map. We'll put them all on. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the direction I'm facing is fine. There is iron and copper somewhere around here, which would be good for a little hydraulic piston factory. Oh, actually, the iron is right next to where I'm standing, and the copper is over there. Yeah, could do that. Not now, but I'll bear it in mind. So let's start with the big building, and we'll stick it snugly over there. And then we need power for it, so that geothermal plant can go right over there. Good. Didn't interfere with anything. Oh, look at all of this stuff that showed up. Gold, cobalt, there's some osmium, quartz. While I'm here, let's do a scan, because I haven't done one around here, I don't think. Yep, there's 3 graphene. And there they are. Yeah, unfortunately, those aren't very useful. There's 2 there. Where's the other one? I don't know. I'm not sure it really matters. I think I've got what I need on graphene. Alright, well, this is getting done. So I can hop into my spaceship just to keep my oxygen going. Wait a minute. Yeah, actually, I didn't need the copper for the hydraulic pistons. I need rubber. I could still do that up here, but at least I know there's iron and copper here, if I ever need it. Okay, this is going to take a long time to finish. I know that it'll work, so that's fine. We'll head back. Man, I have to say, I've handcrafted 300 insulation layers. That was quite a thing. So that means I have what I need to put another setup down somewhere else. Let's see where we're going to do that. So I've got one up here. Got one over here, so the next one should go somewhere in this area, maybe over here. Yeah, I think I could do this area, and I need to put a radar down there, I think, as well. So let's pin that spot, and off we go again. And I think this is where we're going to do it. So let's park, and we'll have a look around. So if we go to the map, this is where we are. Do a quick rock scan. Yep, nothing but phosphorus and basalt around. Let's put this big tower down. So that can go right over there, and then we'll get the geothermal plant, and we'll pop it up over here. Now my grid is even more split up than it was before, so yeah, I'll have to make a plan to get that all linked together. Anyway, that is building now, so I don't need to stick around, I'll head back. We're back, and as soon as that last one is built, we will get the notification that the next stage has been completed, and that will unlock a DNA replicator, which will allow us to make trees. We'll be able to see the large amethyst deposits, and we'll get the rocket launch site. Ah, maybe the main solution to getting this planet terraformed. And there it is. Completed terraformation stage 5, and we got the bits. So that is supposed to cool things underground. And the only way we're going to know that is if the fertilization improves. And it doesn't appear to be improving. Yeah, well, that's a bit of the suck. Let's go and see what the next requirement is. So build a rocket launch site, and when we finish with that, we'll find large uranium deposits on the map and the radiation absorber. But that is going to be for the next one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notification. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts on this new planet. It's looking promising, but even though there's quite a significant change on this planet, I think once we've got the lava problem sorted out, it's going to be back to the same routine. Not a terrible thing. I do enjoy this game. In the next episode, we're going to build that rocket launcher, see if we can launch a rocket, and hopefully then we can get some trees in this place because it looks a bit barren. But thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!